Essentially, the person is the interface. Like if we start with that premise, like occupancy plus automation. So wherever you are, we can trigger things automatically. And that can be on an individual level. So it can be as granular as your profile settings follow you. And that can be based on access control, for example. So you don't have to get out your swipe card. Your access control can follow you across all the different touch points where access exists, including where it's a handover between one access system and another. Like an example of that is very common in workplace is the base building access control system, and then perhaps the locker booking access control system. So it's rarely the same. Like the lockers run on their own lock system. But if we tie into both, it can be a uniform experience as you navigate the building. So anywhere there's access, it follows you. But that can be extended to anything. Like if you want to have a profile, so when you walk into a room, it's a desired lighting level or heating level or audio-visual preset, that can follow you as well. So there's so much we can do with automation to remove the need for interface or to supplement the interfaces. So the interfaces are more informed. So we might deliver you an interface based on where you are, or we might just go ahead and automate the action without you having to give the system input. It's another, the way that works and how that works is a decoupling of front end and back end, which a lot of systems don't have. So back to the point I was making before, if you're using a audio-visual control system, if you're using a building access control system with its native mobile application, they all have like points where they stop working. They don't hand over to another system. They're hard-coded within an app. But with PlaceOS, it's more about the integration, and the apps are just sitting on top of those integrations, so it can follow you all the way through, including into third-party applications. So, or not needing an app in the first place, or running everything through voice command, which is what we're really excited about, like the ability to talk to the system wherever you are, and it will respond to you and trigger whatever it needs to, because we're exposing the AI to all of our integrations. Therefore, it can request and send commands to those integrations.
As you start to add more and more people, then it kind of goes to a building level as
yeah.
well.
I mean, different stakeholders want different outcomes. And as an individual, you want the individual profile to follow you so your user experience is frictionless. On the facility side, they want to know where everybody is so they can trigger appropriate actions on efficiencies. So the very simple thing is like if everyone's on level 15 and nobody's on level 16, well, let's start powering things down or set them to a lower point. So set the aircon to a lower set point. That saves a little bit of energy. Turn it off altogether, saves a lot more energy. Whatever is needed based on that occupancy workflow that you can have. And these are editable settings. So you can literally have a very simple logic workflow. We don't even have to use AI, right? Like people say the phrase AI a lot, but logic is really great at this sort of stuff. So if occupancy is 30%, do this. And the do this can be anything else we're connected to, which is very open-ended. And we talk a lot about HVAC because that saves a lot of energy, because HVAC is like, 40% of your energy bill. But it can be other things, and it can be a multiple stack of things that it can trigger, and that can improve the efficiencies, not just for energy savings, but just general experience in the building.
All of this flexibility, being able to cater for so many different people's needs. There's all the people using the space, there's the people managing the space.
Yeah, even like having different views for contractors that come in, having a different view for your catering team that comes in and specifically just manages catering. That can be part of access, that can be part of what they see in our interfaces or third-party interfaces, what we automate automatically when they come into the building, the digital touch points they have to go through, like terms and conditions if they're a contractor or a visitor. It can all be tailored to every stakeholder can have their own automation workflows, their own interfaces, and their own management interfaces to facilitate all of this. I think that's where it makes it like industry vertical agnostic as well. A lot of our examples are commercial buildings, commercial workplaces, but we have student experiences at universities, and we're building aged care experiences in aged care facilities. And we use the same integrations, the same technologies. It's just different views of those integrations and the automation. For example, we can monitor patients and patient beds, so we know availability of beds in real time rather than hot desks in meeting rooms. Or we can track dementia patients to make sure they don't go outside the bounds of where they're meant to be in the aged care facility, which is actually a common problem in some of the aged care facilities we're talking to, where they sometimes find the aged care patients at the bus stop where they shouldn't be, waiting for the bus they shouldn't be getting on. So there's a lot of challenges we can solve that are transferable when it comes to this really simple message of location awareness with the context of other scheduling systems plus automation. And that can be individualized or across the whole building and extend into the home. So that hybrid work makes it a uniform experience no matter where you are.